Wonderful. We are live, and let's record this here too. Well, there we go. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome everyone to the 20th episode of Alchemy short video series with the one and only Phil that I get super excited about to introduce. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you on. Thank you so much for accepting me, for accepting me and my invitation for the Alchemy short video series. You know, it's kind of like our style, Phil, fast, quick, galactic, straight to the point, in and out.
Awesome. I love it.
Totally. And you know, I was looking into this. It was so interesting, this being the 20th episode of 2020 and the month of December. So of course we just had 12/12 and then we have 12/21 coming up, and you're in this magnificent window and this incredible, really palpable, like incredible frequencies during this portal and the light stream and the eclipse. So boom, there you are. Doesn't it just match you so perfectly?
Yeah, I'm feeling it all and I'm excited for it.
It is. So have you been receiving any downloads coming in?
Yeah, a lot of creative ideas flowing through, a lot of stuff that I want to start doing artistically.
Yeah. So for 12/21?
Say again?
For 12/21?
I mean, just basically for this upcoming whatever period of time it is. But it's starting to really download and flow through pretty extensively right now.
Yeah. Isn't it incredible? Like last night we had the unity meditation, the global meditation that we'll be having Tuesday nights. And sometimes we have a few people join us in person as well as live. Phil, it was incredible, the frequency we experienced, and truly being able to see how each of our parts, that which is streaming through us, is weaving, like literally weaving together, even greater. But it's so experiential now, like that the frequency you can literally, it's no longer just in the thought field or coming in. You can literally like experience them viscerally. So you're going through that as well, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like all of the work I've done in my physical body the last, 15, 20 years has cleared out the pathways and, removed a lot of the debris so that I can feel these frequencies and this information coming through in my physical body.
Yeah.
So it is not just thought form, it's felt as well.
No, totally. And I feel like it's amazing because of the line of, I mean, you do so much, but this particular line of work with the fascia system, that fascia has got to be so clean so that the experience can come in. And I thought of you last night. So last night during, again, this experience, Phil, the Materian beings, they're the violet color beings, they showed up last night. And Phil, they showed this 12-dimensional crystalline solar disk that we are in, and they were asking us to emanate the violet flame from its center. But it was so incredible the way the structure was. It right away, I was like, wow, this has got to be connected to the fascia system. And I wanted to wait for us to come on to be like, do you have any understanding of that? Like literally like a disc that's around us, but it's 12-dimensional and it's all crystalline. Yeah. And I feel the fascia has got to be clear just so that it can signal, right? Because it can signal these frequencies on the planet.
Yeah. Well, our fascial system is a microcrystalline system within our body, and it's a 3-dimensional spider web. It's uninterrupted from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, front to back, side to side, interacts with every single cell of the body. And I've always had this visualization ever since I started working with the fascial system that, where it ends in our physical body, it immediately connects to really the fascial system of the whole universe.
Right.
That's how we're intimately connected, and how information and energy flows from us into the universe and from the universe and through us. And I think we're moving towards a stage where there's less and less interference between that connection. I think it's part of the, awakening process that we're all going through.
Totally. Totally. And the other thing is that the fascia system, it is connected to this unity Christ consciousness grid around Earth, which is it is a living fascia, and all the grid lines are crystalline anyway. So I feel like finally we've incarnated to anchor the consciousness of this dimensional field that we already are. Don't you feel?
Yeah, and the microtubules of the fascial system are believed to be a pathway through which our consciousness flows through.
Yeah.
So, again, what's happening within our physical bodies and what's happening simultaneously in the earth field and in the whole universe, it's all
Right.
starting to connect on that conscious level.
Yeah. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And and I usually get just super excited, especially because when we come together, there are these like pivotal moments. Like you and I have journeyed together in this incarnation at least like last 14 years. There's these moments, this happens to be these moments that we come together, and of course like this we're having conversation, but that's not what's happening at all, is it? It's always like we're weaving again, like we're activating each other again and again and again.
The words are this part of it, but
Yeah.
it's the gathering and the energy exchange and the connection that is doing the work, right?
Absolutely. And I really appreciate also this kind of platforms, because these are also crystalline. Without the crystal consciousness, it cannot, like all cellular, like these or the social media, they are crystalline. And that's why it is allowing us to unify within this field, especially when we come into a certain frequency, we can emit it so fast and blast the frequency within all fields, which makes it exciting. And I feel this is why it's so important, more and more of us to come online, such as this, without anything other than having a tea, we're having a conversation, but it's blasting through the waves, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
I love it. It's so beautiful. And I usually get giddy over you. You're always, there's always this giddiness around you and it's been like this for all the guests on this show, Phil, because like this show is all about the individuals that I just love so much. Like love, I can't even express the fullness of it. I can't capture it. It is the admiration for that in which they're of service to, that which they've called, they've answered, and somebody that has decided to say yes to whatever their call has been, however it's expressed. And you're certainly one of them, Mike, and being a witness to your journey the last 14 years, and constantly, of course, that being evolved. And
I feel exactly the same way. And it's interesting because when I was starting to set up for this, I felt called to pick a card from my Sherilyn deck. I know you as well. And so I picked the gratitude card.
Of course.
Summarizes exactly what I feel for our connection and our relationship. So I'm super grateful for the last 14 years, probably the last 14,000 years in all honesty.
For sure. Though. Like it's been, and even beyond. But this one, it seems to be more present right now, because it seems like all these goods, all of these different lifetimes you've had, with like bringing it here and this now. And don't you find also whenever like we meet each other or like this, there's this, I always feel this presence of God, and it's just the purest form. And I feel that's why I can just breathe in the love so freely. It's so free flowing. And that's what I appreciate. And that's what I pray for. I pray for that for all humanity constantly, just for them to taste what this true enriched feeling is that many would maybe not quite open in experiencing.
Right. Yeah. I think more and more people are finding their way towards where we are and where we're heading. Oh,
Totally.
something popping up on my screen. Hold on one second.
Oh, let it pop. That's all right. That's all right. So tell us, Phil, I told you it's fast. Look, we're almost towards the end. You got 5 minutes. So I want everybody to learn about the magical work that you do. I mean, you're just such a super talented, sacred healer, and with your powerful gifts. So tell a little bit about the audience, what it is you're focused on, and also what is really calling to you in this now and the direction that's coming up.
Sure. Well, I'm a physical therapist. I've been a PT for like 22 years, but about 16 years ago, I stumbled upon myofascial release. And really, I stumbled upon it because I had been dealing myself with my own chronic pain for quite a long time after some injuries when I was younger. And finding the work within the fascial system really transformed my own health and wellness and called me to start learning about fascia and how to work with fascia. And so I have focused the last 16 years of my practice predominantly accessing the fascial system and utilizing the fascia as a tool to really help people reach optimal health and wellness. And I would say in the last probably 5, 6, 7 years, I've really added and integrated into that work, really tapping into just my extrasensory gifts. I've always been very claircognizant. And some of the other clairs, but mainly claircognizant. And it used to really get me in trouble when I was a kid, like especially in math, like, show me the 6 steps that you got to this answer. And I'd be like, well, I can't, I just know that's the answer, But anyway, I really just started allowing that gift to integrate in with the work. And started integrating sound healing and started, just placing crystals in certain areas, again, not knowing why, not having an understanding, no logic involved, just going with the higher guidance that was coming in. And what I found is just more and more transformation just beyond the physical body, spiritual shifts, emotional healings. And a lot of people that seem to be finding their way to me these days are no longer coming with, the sore knee and the tennis elbow. They're coming with a sense of, I don't know why I'm here, but I've been guided here and I feel like this is where I need to be. So I'm just, going with the flow and just listening to what people are telling me and then listening to my guidance and, being a conduit and helping channel through what they really need. And then really the next phase of what I see myself doing, I've always been artistic, I've always been creative, but I've really put that on the back burner for the last 15, 16 years while growing my business and running my physical therapy business. But this last year, I have such a deep burning urge to bring forth that work. And I deep down know that it's not just, a pretty picture on the wall. I feel like it's another way for healing to come through, through all the senses that can be tapped into when one visualizes a piece of artwork or when one is in the physical presence of a piece of artwork. So, the downloads and visions that I'm getting lately, it's painting, it's pottery, it's jewelry, it's envisioning this huge studio space where I can just go in and follow the guidance that usually guides me in the treatment room, but now wants to guide me in creating different pieces of artwork, primarily for healing.
Yeah. And it's because that's another part of it, has to be anchored, like literally it has to be anchored. And I feel that's another thing you and I share a lot in this particular visionary art things that the transmissional art, they have to be anchored in some kind of material form because you're bringing that consciousness here. And I'm such a big fan of your work. So it's so beautiful and amazing. And so Tavo Total Health is in Silver Spring, Maryland. Do you also do any kind of healing online, or is it mostly just in person?
Yeah, as of right now, it's still just in person. This last year, with what's going on in the world, I have done some distance healing sessions. Some of them purely sound healing based, some of them more, kind of distance myofascial work combined with toning and other things. But 99% of my work is still hands-on. But it's, it's an evolution, and I'm just always following the guidance that I get. And, I may end up doing a lot more online work at any moment. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, we welcome that, and whatever way, however way that shows up, and however way we can always be of support. Michael and I just feel so honored to have had the opportunity to collaborate with you, with Tavo, for several years, and just you, Phil. You're like, you're one of my besties, Galactic, Celestial, Angelic, and I love you so dearly, and I'm just so grateful to be on this end, having this opportunity to interview you and get others to get to know you. So I love you, and I thank you. And I told you it's fast, it's short. And if you have anything else to share, and we wrap this up, this 20th episode.
All right. Well, I love you. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm just so grateful for our connection, and have a good day.
Yes, so much love to everyone. And I'll post all of your information on this YouTube channel so individuals can find you. So much love, everyone. And happy end of 2020 to everyone, and welcoming 2021. Woohoo! So much love. Hang in there for me 1 second, Phil.